Hey there, thanks for joining us at the Rabbit Hole of Research, where you'll learn a few facts that you can impress your friends with at a party.
Hey, welcome back to the Rabbit Hole of Research down here in the basement studio. This mini episode 40.1 about stretching and the final Fantastic Four part of our series on Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic himself. And we'll probably...
I do have to say, I love that it was the 40th episode.
It was the 40th episode. I don't think we mentioned that.
That could be some sort of cosmic thing.
It could be, yeah. But and before we get too far into it, I just want to make sure we assign some names to the voices. You got me, Joe.
Oh,
We've got
Nick.
We got Nick there.
And Georgia.
We've got Georgia right here. So we're all crewed up. So, yeah. No, it was the 40th episode in the actual episode, which was on invisibility. On stretching. Sorry, I'm excited. I'm excited because the movie, it was on Reed Richard. We had just a quick recap. It was what would it actually take for a human body to stretch like Mr. Fantastic. We had Maria Dow, MD, joined us on that episode to explore the fascinating, terrifying, and biologically implausible science of extreme stretching. And that was that episode.
I thought it was good. So I wasn't on the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So that always
just your foot.
That always gives me a unique perspective to listen to it since I'm not on it and I wasn't experiencing it. I do have to say, I'm really glad that my foot was present, but I'm glad that it wasn't because of combustion. Because,
the story.
That was the first thing that came to mind is what is my foot doing there by itself?
Yeah, and the couch, the chair, the burnt up chair.
Yeah. And I had a couple little notes about that. First, I don't believe in bans. I don't believe that we should be censoring anything. But I really think you need to control the use of the word juice, Joe.
Well, that's the only way you can make it work.
And body fluids, using juice to refer to body fluids. It's just
juice. It was the inside. Your organs are juiced. Like he had to juice up.
And you're oozing.
And oozing.
Yeah, I don't know. And then Nick.
I'd rather call it
body. Yeah. And then Nick, I also have something else. As your friend and local children's librarian, I have to question your nighttime reading choices.
Yeah.
No, like I said, I'm not here to censor. And then I also had one little thing before we get into the movie, which I know we're excited to. There was, and probably more than one, but there was a gentleman called the Rubber Man, and he was a freak, like a sideshow freak in the 1920s. And I had read about him because I did this art project, different women in tattooing, and one of the women was named May Vandermark, and she was in the same circus as this Rubber Man guy, and he was in love with her, and I think he ended up maybe even like killing himself or something. It was a pretty tragic story, but in real life, he could stretch his neck 7 inches, his arms and legs 12 inches. He was 43 years old and a professional freak since he was 23. And it really freaked her out because he could pass her love notes by stretching his arms over the fat lady and others pass her love notes.
It was 12 inches.
Yeah.
And that
I guess that doesn't count as extreme.
No, that was in the episode we talked about. That's where we got to. And we got further than that. We got to feet. This is 12 inches, like 1 foot of stretch beyond the normal. So, no, that's what Maria was saying, that naturally people might be able to stretch a little bit further than we think. But we had to get to 1,500 feet.
A lot of stretch.
And so I want to just recap, because we jumped right into that episode, but I'll recap the whole thing, the whole series, Fantastic Four series, because I think we're going to head into the movie. So I wanted you had the comments on the last episode, but I want to swing back, give a little quick recap over the whole series, and then jump into the movie that came out July 25th.
I'm shocked you're going to do a whole series recap.
I just want to, because people might not have been listening to the whole thing, they might jump in on this episode.
No, it's a series that you need.
It is serious.
You do need to listen to all four. They're really
Fantastic Four, fictional superhero team created by Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, first appearing Fantastic Four #1, 1961 from Marvel Comics. They were Marvel's first superhero team of the modern era, helped establish the more human, flawed, sci-fi, family-driven style that defined Marvel storytelling. We did 4 episodes. The first starting with episode 37, Sue Storm and Invisibility. What does it take biologically for a human to vanish? We had a guest writer and cultural critic, Nick Ulanowski. Episode 38, we have Ben Grimm. And the thing about skin, on that episode, we had New York Times bestselling author Jonathan Mayberry join us to explore the hand wavium, biology, and symbolism behind strong skin, from the thing, rocky dermis, to memory tattoos, and the scars that shape identity. Episode 39, Georgia alluded to the foot, Johnny Storm, and spontaneous combustion. We torched the hand wavium behind Marvel's hottest character, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. We were joined by Dr. David Pincus from the University of Chicago, exploring
extremophiles.
And yes, extremophiles and how biology might
Georgia's
survive.
favorite thing she learned.
Extreme flame on. Someone else who did we run into that was talking about extremophile?
The artist.
We were at
Damien.
We were at like an art show and they were like, extremophiles. We were at the Zine Fest.
Yeah, he's a local artist.
He's doing a mini web comic for DC.
Yeah, there you go. It's all connected.
And then last week's episode 40 was on Mr. Fantastic himself, Reed Richards, and stretching. And so we had Dr. Maria Dow on, MD at Lurie Children's Hospital, Northwestern.
Yep. So here we are.
And here we are.
And that was really, some of my favorite episodes.
They were all really good episodes.
The whole series was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I thought people would go back.
I hope everyone else enjoyed it.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, let us know if you enjoyed that. We maybe we'll have to do another series like that. List 4 related
kind of
characters and lead up to some movie event. Speaking of that, did we all do our homework? Do we all get out to the theater and see?
I think some did it better than others.
Some did it. Some did it much better.
Some did it. Yeah, some were shown a movie in 3D, but in a non-3D theater. So
so we got to see
that added some extra,
like double, like you were seeing double.
What? Yeah, I did see it double because I saw it twice.
I know you've already gone to see it twice, so you must have really. What's everyone's thought about the movie? Just general, yay, nay, plus good. Go see it. Nick was seeing it twice, so we know. Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Part of it, I think, was doing this series.
Your movie experience?
Well, no. I'm saying part of it, I think, was doing these series and really thinking about these characters and then seeing it. I think that actually enhanced seeing it, which it could have went the other way, and I could have been like, I would have had too high of expectations because of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I thought it was they did a good job with it. Good storytelling. They stuck to the family and explored their dynamics as they went through and talked about it.
And I did miss a little bit of it because I kept leaving the theater to try to find out what was going on. And then, because at one point it said, put on your glasses. So we had no 3D glasses. So I went out, but the 3D glasses did not help. It did not.
We're not going to hold that against the movie, though.
No,
it was a good
movie.
But
I did miss a little bit at the beginning.
That they were on Earth 828.
I think I missed a little of the setup because I left to do that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know at what.
Didn't you guys also get there late too?
No, we were there.
We were there. We watched the whole.
We watched 40 minutes of previews.
We watched all the previews.
Yes.
All the.
Yes.
Oh well, but I do think I have to wonder because I wasn't super familiar with Fantastic Four before we did this series, and if I went into that movie without that kind of knowledge, I wonder if it would have been as good. Do you know what I mean? Did they do enough to introduce the family? And that's something that I don't think we can answer because we all went into it at that place.
Knowing a bit about everybody. I think they, like I said, when you have a movie like this or any storytelling, this when you have multiple characters, you have to give each character their screen time or page time or their due in the story. And that's where Marvel has gotten their bad movies, is because they try to introduce too many characters and those characters aren't introduced, and they're going on the domain knowledge of people going into the movie, but then that hurts the story. I thought here that they gave each character their proper time.
I don't know. I think
with so many characters, they had to focus on maybe a relationship more than others. So I think Johnny was more, it felt like he was out in front in his story interacting.
But I also think,
I
also think they could have spent more time in the backstory and the introducing him. But I don't know.
Nick, do you have any?
So they've done so many Fantastic Four films that I don't think they needed to do another origin story. With them doing it, you also missed this part by leaving.
I saw part of it, but I did miss part of it. But
I think that might have been part of it.
I think I'm going into it where I actually had never watched any of the Fantastic Four movies before this.
Yeah, so, there's probably a lot of fans that haven't, because a lot of those films were bombs, and no one
said you got us go see that. But anyway,
I was going to say, Nick, do you have any general comments? Because I kind of want to. I think as we talk about this, I'm holding it back a little because I think I'm going to give some spoilers, and we don't want that. So I want to, if you have general comments.
I thought it was a great film.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the hell out of it. They did a fantastic job with the characters that they had. Like each actor was better than I went into thinking they were going to be.
Yes, I agree. I think the acting was good. The story. Yes.
Not having the Thing be a super angry and everyone being afraid of him was such a choice that I absolutely loved seeing, because we always see the Thing being feared.
Right. And that's what I think Jonathan mentioned, that about how they kept going back to that stick in the comics, even that everyone should know who he is. And if you're a superhero, you should move on beyond that and kind of have.
So do you think at this point we should say there could be spoilers?
I think so. I think if I want to get into some of the science of the episode, maybe, or what I saw in there and how it related to even stuff we talked about, because it was really cool, like watching it and our guests coming on. It was like seeing certain things, and I think at this point, you either there'll be spoilers. I'm sure,
I think at this point,
no, we're not going to do deep spoilers, but
I think if you haven't seen the movie yet, I think you should probably stop listening at this point
and come back to it. Yeah, just go
and come back and
listen to the other episodes if you haven't, so you can do the whole thing.
I mean, obviously, you can listen to all the 4 episodes before.
I'd say you should, because I think
I do think you get a good grounding in all of their characters and abilities. So I think it's actually a nice way to lead into the movie. But yeah.
All right, so that's your warning, and so I hope you're not listening now, because I'm going to say
3, 2, 1.
There it is. We need a horn sound.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Last chance to hit pause. No, yeah. So I thought something that was really cool, and it goes to episode 40. The stretching one is when Galactus was pulling Reed Richard and just watching him. Right? Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh! We talked about this. Is he going to get to 1,500 feet?
And that reminds me, and I didn't do any research, so I can't even really comment on this. But I'm with Nick. Nick, and this isn't about the movie, but I don't know if she said that Elastic Girl had a.
She said that
a point to which she couldn't.
It was about the outfit that she made.
No, I understood
that. And she said it can stretch as far as you can without injury.
See, I don't remember that without injury. I just remember it'll stretch with you.
Go watch the movie. Anyway. Everyone went out. Go watch the movie, fans, and let us know.
But I think that Galactus really did test the limits of stretching.
No, and it was that.
We're in the first 4 years. Like 4 years, there's still fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Even Sue didn't have all her powers, but we did see one power that I brought up for Johnny, where he was able to take the flames from the oil rig. So,
right. Yep. Yeah. And I thought it was also cool with Johnny, because I think we came up in the episode and we talked about it, was the oxygen and how you would deplete the oxygen, your respiration, all sorts of things like that as you're doing it. And that would came up a couple times that, if you use this flame, your flame ability, you'll deplete your oxygen. You will start to have this issue of not being able to breathe. So I thought that, and then going in space, he had an issue, right? So he was there, which is interesting. So I like that. But the other thing was that they almost made it sound like it was an oxygen-based power. But there's not enough oxygen in our environment to actually allow him to flame up like that. So I still think that he's oozing something and it's affected in a different way out of his skin. But that was something I saw because he went into space, his flame kind of ran out when he grabbed onto the board and the Silver Surfer spoke to him. But yeah, so those are a couple things that I noticed.
I also really like the Thing and his character. And I don't know if because we talked about that, it really stood out to me that all three out of the 4 Fantastic Four, you couldn't look at them and say, oh, they have these special powers or whatever. But the Thing, he always has that rocky skin. And he's never able to blend in, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's always there. He's kind of like the Beast in the mutant.
One of those powers where you just can't hide it.
Yeah, you are who you are. Are you saying, Nick?
I do like in the film where they had Reed not be as, cocky as he can be.
Right, yes.
He's made a mistake.
Yeah.
He acknowledges it, and now he's a little bit more hesitant.
See, go ahead.
The whole moving forward of everything. He's second guessing himself. He's trying to do extra work to make sure he's correct.
Yes. But I also think that goes with my theory that he had planned. He knew a little more because he had a little guilt. The guilt was there, but if it was just an accident, because there was a line and no one could have known, and he was like, I should have known. And I think there was something there that I think that's a little tie-in that he just wasn't as innocent as he, and that cocky at that.
In the comic book, it wasn't an accident, was it? Or...
There's a few stories, and
it depends on which.
Right, that's right, yeah. That's like all of that. And I thought a smart choice, and this goes to storytelling, was that they set this in an alternate Earth without any other superheroes. So they didn't really have to, or that we know of. So they didn't really have to. They didn't have to introduce. There was no Spider-Man. There was no Bucky coming in. No Thunder. But this is 61. So you would have Captain America. You would have had. Well, you had Captain America. People would have been talking about Howard Stark, and that was missing, and it was just them.
I believe he is mentioned. Wasn't the birth control or the pregnancy test a Stark brand? No,
was it? But he wasn't in the weapons then. So if it was, it could be technology. But
I didn't notice that.
Because in 61, he would have been a big part of the World War II effort. And so he would have made his money that way and been industrialist.
Because the Future Foundation, I believe they put a stop on most weapons. Is that correct or no? Or
I don't know. Yeah.
I'll see it for
we'll have to look at that. Yeah. But I thought it was smart that they went to an alternate Earth, and
I really liked the sets and the cars and all of that.
Yeah, it was had a very Incredibles feel. So
I believe the person who did that was the same one who worked on Loki.
Okay, yeah.
The art design was just like, yeah.
I think it was Nick, the other Nick that we had on episode 37 about Sue Storm. I think he brought up that the Incredibles would be a perfect model for a successful family-driven movie.
Because it really was a family story. Yeah. But
I mean, Fantastic Four was the reason for the Incredibles.
Well, yes.
The
Incredibles had a successful
and you
movie
know what
franchise.
was funny is the first thing I thought of when they talked about I can't think of the guy that lived underground.
The mole guy,
The mole guy, and they had that big thing.
That's how...
That looked just like at the end of the Incredibles.
Yeah.
The same, yeah. That's funny.
The other thing that was interesting, which was it added a lot of tension and stress right at the beginning, was that Sue was pregnant. And in the episodes that we talked about, we touched on reproductive genetics, I think, multiple times. We didn't have any advanced scripts or anything, but we did talk about that and how the genetics.
You might not have.
Oh, but you didn't share. That's not cool. That's not cool at all, man.
Well,
you got to break those NDAs.
So in the comic books, in the other stories of this, does the child play a big part? Yeah.
They actually have 2 children.
Yep, that's right.
So it's probably probably pretty.
They didn't have to.
And there is a storyline where Franklin is a eternal being, and Galactus, I believe, is Harold.
Yep.
What did you think of the Galactus?
Oh, what?
How they portrayed Galactus? What did you think?
I loved it. They did a great job, and he wasn't just a big storm cloud.
Yes.
He looked a lot like.
Yes.
Georgia didn't get that one, but I think Joe did.
Yes.
Like Sue Storm?
No.
Oh.
No.
In the Fantastic Four film in the early 2000s, it was Rise of the Silver Surfer. They had Galactus appear as a giant storm cloud.
It was an unfortunate sequel. They thought that first movie had more strength than it did, and so they had the second. They got a sequel, but it was worse than the first. Yes, they didn't need it. They should have gave up. Just let it go. Yeah, it takes time to get those. Silver Surfer was great. I thought that was they did a really good job with that. Yep, the story was there. But yeah, I think you have 4 characters, 6 if you include Galactus and the Silver Surfer. That's a lot to get through in a 2-hour movie. And so I think they made some smart choices. You're right. I think they could have picked any of the relationship between the Fantastic Four members and focused on them. I think they got enough in of each, I think, with Ben going to the orphanage kind of in his relationship with the woman. And then you had Johnny and his relationship with the family and the surfer and trying to prove himself as the young hotshot, but also intelligent. And then you had Sue. I think Sue developing and discovering how powerful she is.
And then we had talked about that she probably has the strongest, and that was shown in the.
That's right. Yep.
But as I said, I think their powers are still developing. They're not fully set yet. So this isn't even them pushing themselves to the max.
Yeah, he got stretched to the max.
I don't think he did.
I think he did.
Go further.
I was thinking about Maria and his consciousness, and I wonder, as Galactus was stretching him, did he actually lose focus and consciousness and was just being pulled out, yoinked out and Galactus was looking at him. It was like he was looking, and it was like, I think Galactus was like, I'm gonna see how far this Gumby can stretch, right?
And if you noticed, his suit started to tear.
Right? That's right. So. And he was physical injury. That's as far as you can stretch without. I wonder what the distance between Galactus' hands were. I couldn't get a good feel for that. Like it wasn't.
I don't know. I saw it in Screen X, and it was on both sides.
Yeah. But was it like a building length or like a skyscraper length or it could have been close. It could have been close to 1,000 feet or so. Yeah. I thought it was fun. It was a fun movie.
I absolutely loved it. Yeah. I cannot wait to see it again.
Yeah.
Joe, when are we going?
Going in. Yeah, I know. I'd go watch it and actually yeah, that's right. Because we were going to see it in the XL. Like we were going to see it in that format.
And then it's, do we stop?
Right,
but then
watch
we knew that we needed to watch it before the. Yeah. It was like, okay, let's just go ahead and watch it.
And then the mid-credit scene, very nice, setting it all up.
Yeah, stay for them. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you listen this far, and you probably already stayed. But yeah, you had Uncle Doom there.
But yes, I loved it. Yeah, I think everyone should see it.
Everyone should see it. Yep. Listen to our episodes. I think you get. Yeah, it added a lot to the. I think a lot. It did. It made the experience.
I think we did a good job at touching on things before before we saw it. But
I know. Anyone out there knows Marvel, they should get on a show and we can advise. We should come to some sets.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Let me put it on suit.
That's right. Yeah. You get the try on one of the suits.
I think the only one I could fit into is Vanessa Kirby's pregnancy suit. Yep.
Maybe the Thing.
His suit isn't really a suit. It's a CGI thing.
That's true, yeah. He might have had a suit, body actor. Yeah, I don't know how they did that. You're right. Yeah, interesting.
I'm pretty sure
yeah. They had a suit there. It was hanging up. He had 4 suits in the rack when Johnny came and was like, oh, where's my suit? I need a new suit. Yeah, cool. Awesome.
Oh, yeah. I'm ecstatic about this. And I can't wait to see where they go.
No, I think it should be fun. I think the reboot, the Ironheart series was good. I think Thunderbolts was good.
I really like Thunderbolts.
And then this one really stood out, and you can start imagining the crossover. Somebody's going to other Earths, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. That's our take. Go see it. Listen to the episodes. Go see it multiple times if you like.
Or
listen to our episodes multiple times. But
in 3D.
Yeah, in 3D. That's right.
Actual 3D.
Yeah, and we have some cool episodes coming. Sign up for the newsletter on Substack. Follow us, interact, ask questions. We got questions about the episodes. But yeah, we have a bunch of authors coming up talking about a bunch of different topics. We're going to do another time travel. We have another dark themes and fiction, the humanity. We have an episode on water. The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
The Thing.
The Thing. That's right.
Yeah.
So Perception, Heart of the Superhero, Gremlins. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
You're just going over every episode.
I'm going over most of them, but yeah, we have a few. There's a couple surprises I didn't mention. But yeah, it should be exciting. I'm trying to hype it up after the Fantastic Four. You gotta keep the excitement, the energy. So we'll see. We gotta bring the heat. We gotta juice up, ooze.
No.
Oh
no.
Yeah, cool. All right, you've got me, Joe.
You got Nick.
We've got Nick here.
In Georgia.
We got Georgia. We need 4 people. We're like the Fantastic 3.
That's okay. Like 3 Musketeers.
Like the 3
I like how fantastic isn't in that at all, Georgia.
You're right. Yeah. It's no, they're not fantastic at all. It's just 3.
Oh, they're pretty fantastic.
Musketeers, yeah. Like
3 Stooges.
the triumphant trio. I don't know, something. We need to. Okay, that's it from the basement studio. We've gone down.
Some holes.
Some fantastic
holes. That's right. 4 fantastic holes. Yeah. All right then.
Bye.
Stay safe, stay tuned.